I've been getting so many questions about my sourdough starter and the bread I make and things like that. So I just pulled it from the fridge because we went out of town this past weekend and I wasn't going to be able to feed it. I didn't really want to stress about having to make a loaf of bread next week that may or may not make it till today. So I put it in the fridge. I pulled it out last night to give it time to warm to room temperature. Okay. And kind of wake up a little bit, right? So when you put it in the fridge, when I put it in the fridge, I seal it tight. Okay. Put it in the fridge, bring it out, and I loosen it so that air can get up in there. So what has happened, it has like an acidic smell to it. There is a point of no return where said acidic smell is not good. This is actually decent. Here's what I usually do. So there's a little bit of liquid stuff at the top, but like they call it hooch, okay? But there's not enough. There's like a couple drops. It's just moist. It's not, it's not a lot. If you leave this in your refrigerator for long periods of time, it will get more. Now, when I pulled it out, it was down here. So it's already very, very, very happy with me. You see all those bubbles? That means baby girl is alive. She is thriving. She is ready. I have another jar. We're gonna bump her over here. It's gonna look like a lot, but I'm gonna actually make some bread loaves tomorrow. So I want more starter today than I would tomorrow. I have whole wheat flour. I'm gonna start transitioning some of that into my bread loaves, but for right now, I have my bread flour, which she loves. I give her a name every once in a blue moon, but I don't remember what it is at the moment. So I'm not one of those. I am one of those people that measures. I do not weigh. So if you are a measuring girly or a measuring goth, this video is for you. Okay. We don't do the weighing thing here. I have a scale somewhere, but no, we don't do that. So one of the things I noticed on here is that no, actually, it does not have the coating. It looks really good. All right, well, I'm gonna take a little bit off the top anyway and put it in the trash. And well, that made a mess. I literally just took the top off. Top. And we are going to scrub this into here. Now, once I do that, I'm gonna show you a little trick, okay? I got my little butter knife. We're gonna scrape as much as we can out of here into this jar. What I'm gonna do, it's gonna sound funky. You guys are gonna love me for it. All right, so there's your starter. What do you say? Like maybe almost half cup. All right, you see all this stuff in here? Scrape. Now, I have learned, do not use sink water. Filtered, distilled, but about the same amount. You want same. Okay. You want a 1 to 1 to 1. That's the best way for me to wake up my starter when I'm typically feeding it and it's just active daily and it hasn't been in the fridge. Thank you, Drew. What I do is I'll actually feed it 1 part starter, 2 parts flour, and is that right? 1 part water, 2 part starter, and 3 part flour, and it loves it. Loves it. Now, you ready? Pouring this trick. So you got all this like stuff on the edge, right? You can get the water in there now. And the reason we put the same amount of water is the 1 to 1 to 1, right? The 1 to 1 to 1 ratio. Watch this. You might have to shake really hard. But what happens is you see how it's cleaning it? All right. So we're going to open that. So much. Hold on. Let me get a spatula because I think we can get more out of it. You guys, this spatula, like the tiniest little thing, right? And who's it from? Williams Sonoma. Best spatula on the planet. Best spatula on the planet. It scrapes everything. You scrape. Mix it. And because she's been sitting in the fridge, I'm not going to get it all clean. But little trick, if you have one that's just continuous like this, and you want to go and feed it, having 2 jars helps me because I can put this into here, right? And I really don't discard unless I'm cooking. So I put it in, I put the water in here, shake it, and it cleans it clear. It's not going to, but I mean, look, still a lot, right? So there's your water for your starter. Now, we need flour. All right, so this is a little bit more than a 1/4 cup. So we're going to do a 1/4 cup. Ooh, this sucker might be, this one's going to be popping. I really do want to make a loaf tomorrow. I want to wake up, I want to put it in the bread machine and just let the bread machine do its thing. We have such a busy day tomorrow, Carrie and I. Oh my gosh. All right, so the way I do this, and it may not be normal, but the thing you'll notice on your sourdough journey is you get all these different pieces of advice, because the deal is what you do is yours. Sourdough is not picky. Like, sourdough did not have all these specific things way back when. It didn't, right? All right, we're going to do a little bit more because I know it's a little bit between. So we did a 1/4 cup. Let's go between. What I'm looking for is like a really thick, there it is. Oh, it's perfect. Okay, see? See how it's super thick? Good. See how thick that is? That's what you're looking for. And you want it to be, you don't want it really lumpy, but it looks like shaggy is what they call it. See how that, I don't know if the bone is going to let us see the shaggy. So my belief is way back when, they didn't have all these fancy things, right? They really did. And they did it by scent. They did it by smell. They used their gut. And I'm going to tell you right now, that's really all you need. Okay, so it probably needs, yeah, it's a little too thin for my liking. See that? See how it's chocolate? It's a little too thin for me. It's okay, but it's a little too thin. So let's put a little bit more flour in there. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a lot of haters on this telling me that my method sucks and it's terrible and I shouldn't be teaching you this and I shouldn't show you this. Guess what? This is real life. This is how I do it. And I have been making sourdough loaves for my kids and for us. But I got a bread maker last February 2025 for my birthday. The bread maker helps me create the loaves. I actually made the bread maker. I had the bread maker make go all the way through about 2 weeks ago, just to kind of see. And it was perfect. The size of the loaf, the shape of the loaf, everything about the loaf was perfect. Okay, this is good. This is good. Let's see if we can see how it looks creamy. It's thick. It's ooey gooey. Perfect. Now, I'm going to use a knife for this. I just realized I had one there. Sorry. We're going to go get another spatula. All right. And she definitely has an aroma to her today. So we're going to see if this helps a little bit. But it no longer smells acidic. It actually smells very sourdough breadish, like bakery sourdough, which I love. I love my bakery sourdough. All right, so I scrape it like this. This is part of the reason I like this. It's like a squeegee. It's like a squeegee. And there's so many, like the sourdough whisk, right? But it's so hard to clean And I have found that this little guy works wonders. It does everything. Ignore my mess back there. You co-op today, so life is crazy. But I had to do this today because I pulled it out yesterday and I want to bake tomorrow. If I don't do it today, done. Now I could have come home, taken a little snooze. No big deal. All right, there we go. This and this, we're gonna put it in here. I'm gonna put some more water in it to the top. I'm gonna shake it and let it soak. One couple of things you can do. You can save it, like I can put it in the fridge, and tomorrow when I have to feed this, I can use it, or I can use it in my dough, or you could even feed your plants with it. Don't feed the ones inside. I tried that. It didn't work out well. It was bad. It was really bad. I want a clean top for this. So give me 1 minute. I do not use, the little hats that they put on it. I don't use those. These work perfectly. Oh, I have two. I have too many. All right. You take this. Weird. Take this. You just put it on the top. This just sits. That's it. It just sits. Put it in a nice, warm, comfy little space. Mine loves to sit behind my sink, which is perfect because that means I can't forget it. If I don't feed this tomorrow, I could actually feed it tomorrow night or the next day, and it would still be fine. My concern right now is that she's half full, so if she grows to half, she's gonna bust out of there. Um, so we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna keep an eye on her. I don't want to say I neglect my starter, but I am definitely not one of those people that pays very close attention to it. I have had to restart it. I had to restart it about 6 months ago. Um, I went to pull it out of the fridge and it took me too long. It took me like 3 days to come back to it and realize that I pulled it out of the fridge just because like the whole house was fighting something. The boys were down and I had pulled the starter out. Everybody was healthy. And then within hours, the boys fell sick. And that always throws me off. So I had to restart it. No big deal. Got rid of the starter, shook it up, restarted it. She's still going strong. It just meant that I had to get rid of the starter that's in here. So this is what I have. I can cook with it tomorrow. A couple of things that I can do if you don't bake bread every couple of days. I bake bread every 3 days because I just make one loaf. They are obsessed with sandwiches right now, so we go through bread a lot because of the boys. Brian and I we don't really eat sandwiches anymore. So, nice, healthy, protein rich starter, nice, healthy, protein rich, gut friendly bread. The boys love it. It totally works. When I go to put everything in tomorrow, I'll actually record it and post it up here so you guys can see it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, okay. Yes, I want to talk to you about the refrigerator thing. So here's what happens when you put it in the refrigerator. Like, let's say you're going on vacation, right? Or like a friend of mine forgot about it for like a year. So here's the deal. There will be liquid on the top. When you go to remember it and you want to pull it out and revive it, pour the liquid out. There's some people that say that they keep it. I don't know why. Not my starter. Not my circus, not my monkey kind of thing. Pour that water out. Pour some of the starter out. Because what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to discard and then you have, extra. And one of the things that I realized is there's a small conglomerate of women and bakers, men included, around the world who do not discard. When it comes out of the fridge, you want to discard that top part because it's like a coating. So you pull that part off. That's why, it wasn't really on this. It was only in the fridge for a week, which is great. But, I just couldn't I don't know. Mentally, I just couldn't pull it off. Like I had to pull the top off. Anyway, once you pull that top off, now you take it, put it into a clean jar, take it out of the one that was in the fridge, put it into a clean jar, okay? And from there, the same thing I just said, shake it up with the water, get as much out of there as you can, put it in the new one, 1 to 1, okay? So that you got that thick, really thick pancake batter, okay? It's going to be perfect. You're going to tuck it away. When it starts to rise, like let's say you've baked with it, now you want to put it back in. You feed it, and when it starts to rise and it doubles, that's when you seal it and put it in the fridge. That's when you do it. Okay, that is the optimal time to do it. You could leave it in there for a week, 2 weeks, whatever. Pull it out the night before you want to cook with it, or the day before. Let it heat to room temperature. Feed it. I'm a little late in mine because um and then you can either cook when it peaks that day, or you can do it tomorrow, like the next day. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, that is all I have for you today. If you want to know any benefits of, sourdough starter and gut health, and why I'm even doing it this way versus buying another loaf of bread, could not do that anymore, you guys. I just couldn't. It was costing us a lot of money for a good loaf of bread. And if you get one of the cheap loaf of breads, have you seen the labels? It's ridiculous. I can't bake. I can't. Like I say that and, here I am baking bread, right? But I use the things that help me to make the bread with ingredients that I can get behind. That's what's happening here. Okay. So I hope this was informative. I hope it was really helpful. I was definitely just rambling and having a conversation. So if you want to continue this conversation, let me know. And if you have any questions, or if you have suggestions for people, if you make your sourdough starter differently, if you bake differently, put the information in the comments. I have no issue with you even tagging the videos that you have on YouTube or elsewhere. Because the big thing with this that I have discovered, I have been on the sourdough journey for several years now. And the thing that I have noticed is we all have a different way. We all have a different process. It all kind of comes together in the end, but we all have a different process. You guys have to find your process. So if you are out there and you have a different way than I've just done, please share below, because some of the people listening could be weighing people. They measure and they weigh, and and they're not measuring like I do with my measuring scoop, right? My measuring cup and stuff. So I will see you guys later. Have a great afternoon.